table. The floor has been swept. It's closing time and I'm a little tired. It's a long time since I've slept. The things are moving forward. I'm ready to move on. Heading for a brand new start at the break of dawn. Here I come, you better watch out, you better beware, the rumor is out, nothing can stop me, I'm going for gold, I'm out of the dark, I'm out of the cold. Here I come, you better watch out, you better beware, the rumor is out, nothing can stop me, I'm going for gold, I'm out of the dark, I'm out of the cold. Tomorrow's getting closer. Yesterday is gone. A destination nowhere. I travel on my own. Here I come. You better watch out. You better beware. The rumor is out. Nothing can stop me, I'm going for gold. I'm out of the dark, I'm out of the cold. Here I come, you better watch out, you better beware, the rumor is out. Nothing can stop me, I'm going for gold. I'm out of the dark, I'm out of the cold.
Hello, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me before I say too much. Happy New Year and welcome to The Scoop with Barb. If you've never been on my channel before, we do too many weird things and not enough of, any one thing to keep this channel really thriving. But, it's a new year. Maybe this is it. Who knows? This is something that I just want to talk about today. Welcome in, Betty Dan Boop, and thanks for, posting the thumbs up. If everybody wouldn't mind when you come in to hit that like button, it really helps my channel. It helps me, and it's free. Hey, Debbie Doll, how you doing? Mark Klein, good to see you. Mark's Notre Dame is going to the semifinals, right? NCAA football. So, I was covering a lot of basketball there, but when it ended, I just quit going live and stuff. But anyway, today I just had this thing. I made this photo one day. Took a photo of a beautiful red cardinal in a tree that was covered in ice. The ice surrounding it and everything. I still have the photo, but I think I only have the Facebook version, which, it brings it down a lot. But anyway, and on that I had posted the quote about choosing your battles. It's in my thumbnail. Choose your battles wisely because sometimes peace is better than being right. And that's something that I try to, as I've gotten older, I started like, hey, are you really, because the stress of things can be heavy. And right now we've got all these people, if you're used to the crime community and the true crime community, they've got these lawsuits going back and forth. And I just think that all that stress and all that stuff is just not worth the fight. And so I started thinking, yeah, it is a hard lesson to learn, Debbie Doll. And I was just thinking about that. And let's just talk about it, And so, let me just check on. I've got a new dog since I've been going live, and she's running loose in the house and even has access to me in this room, which I normally don't let my dogs in here at all. But we're going to see how that works out. I love my new dog, but she does like to pee in the house. Not very, very well potty trained and stubborn. If you know Yorkies, you know that's probably the problem. But I don't care. I love her to death, and we just keep working on it, right? So anyway, last year, and not probably some of y'all may have heard me talking about when my neighbor had 3 trees removed that were like these huge trees. Our houses are not very far apart with these 3 trees between us, and limbs had started falling. I had one huge tree size limb fall across my yard. I had a whole nother tree of the same kind that had fallen across my yard. What? Had fallen across my yard. So anyway, so he had those 3 trees removed, and it was like $11,000. And it was a fear that I had that those trees were going to fall. Is that background bothering y'all? Because it's kind of bothering me. But those trees were going to fall. Uh, yeah, if they get the lesson from it, Debbie Doll. I mean, somebody's got to learn that lesson about what's going on YouTube, and we'll get to that in a minute. I'm just going to tell this little story. So I was fearful to be in my backyard because we had had so many trees falling around, and I couldn't enjoy being in my own backyard, which is like my haven in the spring and fall. And then, so we got the trees taken down. They hit my house with one of the trees, knocked siding off, broke a whole bunch of my patio, which was cobbled together rocks, and I had spent hours on my knees out there fixing it when I bought my house, getting it back to where it needed to be or where it maybe never was. And I got all that, and I did it on my hands and knees out there. And it's all messed up. And the guy was like, he would pay for it, or actually he said he was going to come fix it all. And he kept putting me off and putting me off and putting me off. And finally, I just was, the first time that I got his number to text him, his first reply to me included the word, he said, you can use this in litigation. And I'm like, my first thing is like, why am I going to have to litigate anything? I thought you were going to fix everything. He's like, you can use this. And I'm like, well, that's it. He's not going to pay me. I know the guy's not going to pay me. So I pretty much just had given up on it. Right. So my neighbor and I were talking, and he said, and the guy ended up saying, just hire somebody to come fix it, hire a contractor, and I'll pay for it. Well, my neighbor has a business, contractor business. So he said, well, I'll fix it and I'll get the money from him. And I said, fine, because I'm not doing all that, going to court over this stuff. I've been to court before. It's a lot of money for lawyers and, courts and whoever gets the money, but it's not good for either side that's suing unless you have to. Like if you have to go to court for something, like a divorce, you have to do it. But just this bickering shit is stupid, right? And I don't want to do it. So if you're the kind of person who wants to come after me and you're the kind of person that's afraid of lawsuits, you probably come after me because I'm not game for all that. I don't want to get dressed up. I don't want to go to the courthouse. I want to dress like this, and I want to hang out at home with my dogs. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Ginger, good to see you. Good to see you. You're not too far behind. So anyway, long story short, like I'm just like, whatever. The patio, I mean, it bothered me and bothered me and bothered me because I'm out there all day, taking the dogs out. I go out there with them. And I was tripping on stuff, which I don't need to trip. I already fall enough. And so, but then I'm just going to fix it. I mean, I may be able to do 1 square foot a day, but I'll get it fixed this spring or this winter if it stays, if it's not too cold. Like it's frigid here. I don't know what it's like where y'all are. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, so I don't know if my neighbor even got paid. And he does really good carpentry work. He went above and beyond what he needed to do, but I also take care of his dog for free all the time. So I'm not worried about, hey, you're not going to get paid, because I didn't tell him I was paying him. He volunteered. And I'm just like, I don't think the guy's going to pay him. He's like, well, I'll send him a certified letter and I'll take him take him to court. He still don't have to pay you. He still won't have to pay you. So, hey Navigator, how you doing? Thank you, honey, thank you. So yeah, that's I think about that all the time because I think about every time I go out on my patio. I was very upset. I was very angry, and now I'm looking at it like I can go outside. The other day, the wind was blowing so hard, and I don't have any trees that are going to fall on me. And really, you don't know what a relief that is until you've lived through something like that. Like I guess if you lived through a tornado, you would always have those kind of feelings around that. Well, I had a fear of falling trees, a legitimate fear of these trees falling on me. And so I don't have that anymore. And the stumps are still there. They're 4 or 5 feet tall. And my neighbor said, he'll probably never get them taken down. And it looks ugly over there. And I'm not happy about it. But you know what? I'm not in court fighting over, $2,000 or whatever, paying an attorney this much to get. So, and so we're talking like, okay, so you've got this lawsuit with or injunction or what. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know all the terms. But you've got these people, all this junk. It's just a bunch of junk, and they're all like, well, where is that getting anybody? What is that doing? Like the amount of stress. Like I hear Granny going on and on about uh how this is so hard. She has these I suffer from major depressive disorder. I mean, I know about depression, right? But she's got seasonal depression or something, and I'm like, well, stop. Stop what you're doing because what you're doing is not helping your issues. Because, like, if you're peaceful, if you're happy, you're fulfilled, you're rested, you're healthy, you've got goals that you're seeking, you're grateful to be alive, you're grateful for everything that you have, and you have energy, and you just have the will to live every day, and not this will to come on YouTube and scream at each other. You know what I'm saying? Does anybody know what I'm saying? Am I just rattling off here? Navigator says we had a microburst years ago and ended up with a giant old elm on our house. Thank God no one got hurt. Roof replacement was the worst of it. Yeah, Navigator. I mean, it's a microburst is, I guess, what took a tree down. The one tree that fell on that was on the other side, not on that neighbor's. Anyway, she has been wonderful by backing away from slime. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I mean, I know who ran. Well, I don't even know if you're talking about it's Randy's life or another Randy, because I'm not really like I do. I have been watching these people. I think it's like a case study though, but the way everybody's arguing about a missing child case and making fun of the families, how they look and stuff. And I'm thinking, gosh, it was a few years ago we were we thought what we were doing then was horrible. And it's just gotten so ugly. And so like if you are under the stress, does anybody else get stressed out thinking about having to go to court, be in the middle of a lawsuit, any of that kind of stuff? Let me change this. I do not like this thing. What's the weather like where y'all are? It's like freezing here and it's supposed to snow the end of the week. Anybody? It would stress me to no end. Has anybody in here ever had a court case that you had to go? I mean, a divorce is a lot. Just think of a divorce, because I mean, I've never been married and I've never had a divorce. Um, so of course, so I'm just thinking, but I did have an ex who sued me because we were together and we went to buy a house together, but she didn't have any finances in it, and she had no elbow elbow grease or anything. And she was suing me for half of the proceeds because I had put it up for sale. Well, then I didn't have like the desire to go do the painting and stuff that I needed to do. I didn't have any money to put into it, but some paint and stuff. And I was just like, I don't want to do that because I've got this lawsuit, which ended up and this was 25 years ago. Yeah, it was about 25 years ago. Um, it cost $1,200 and we never even had to court. She didn't have anything. There was nothing there, right? But I still had to go through it because it's it's the law. You can file a lawsuit. Nobody wins. She didn't lose anything because she had a friend of hers do it for free. No CPS. Mark was a judge. Oh, you had to go to work for. I gotcha. Yeah, Mark. I would even be like, I would do jury duty just because. I mean, just because I guess I could. I've gotten out of it before, years and years ago, but I would do it now because I'm interested in actually being in a court and doing all that. But I would hate to get like some case that went on for weeks. Oh, it's snowing in Chicago. A few feet of snow and other. We just have really below freezing temps all week. It's 35 right now, and I've been taking the dogs walking and hiking, but it needs to be at least 35 when we go. We usually go in the morning, so I don't know, maybe try to get out one afternoon soon. I personally think, Navigator says, I personally think GW and barbecue being thrown into the RICO case is ridiculous, but what do I know? Well, I don't like Navigator. All I know is that, I think the whole thing is just weird. I do. I don't even know what they're trying to do, but I think that's just because of where they live and there were two of the people that were involved. Like I'd never even heard of barbecue before all that happened, but I don't think it's a RICO. I did jury duty a couple years ago in Northwest Indiana. Navigator and Ginger say hearts. So you've got the injunction, and then you've got their anti-slap back, and you've got something going on with Bullhorn Betty and Queen Bee, and something broke about that today, but I didn't watch it because I'm getting ready for this. Where's BBT? Then there's Mommy Ramblings. Are they in lawsuits and stuff? You people. No, and these lawsuits, I guess, on YouTube aren't like really new, are they? There's been a lot of lawsuits between people. Or no? Do y'all know? I remember hearing about Critical K or somebody in a lawsuit. Yeah, Mark, I think to me it seems more ridiculous than I've ever seen. Like it's just uh like the amount of energy that's going into hating each other, and my side's right, and what's going to end up happening is they're going to find out either all of them are in on it or none of them are in on it. There's going to be something that's going to be like, what about a wasted bunch of talking about people? You know? You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of time and energy and stress, and what is this doing to your body? We could go. I could pull up all these articles about how bad stress is for you, and how bad, you know, kind of the result of stress. Because I don't know, for me, when I used to smoke and I was stressed, then I'd smoke a whole lot more, and drink. I would drink a whole lot more. I mean, whatever bad stuff you do, unhealthy. Okay, whatever unhealthy stuff you do, like eating, drinking, smoking, eating too much. Of course, you got to eat, right? All of that. That you're going to do those things, and your body. People laugh. Oh, Barb's old. What are you doing to yourself? I mean, I did a lot of bad stuff to myself too. When I was younger, I just wish I had somebody telling me, slow the fuck down. You're not doing yourself any favors. You're going to regret this. You're going to regret putting that drug in your body. That's what I'm saying. And I think the only thing that's going to end it is another case coming up that draws them away. I mean, there's that girl missing near Vegas in Henderson, I think. They found her body in the desert. People were saying, and it's not over. They found her, but people were saying, oh, the mother doesn't have any tears. And somebody else said, that mother broke my heart. I couldn't even watch. She was so upset. So people were already pouncing on, look at the stepdad. He's wearing sunglasses and nobody else is wearing sunglasses. He's hiding something. This is what we've come to. This is what we've come to. Oh, me, navigator, I do have a little bit of white on my nails. I guess I bite my nails still, and I'm 64 damn years old. So, yeah, no lawsuit, and it's just ugly. You're not old. 90 is old. I just turned 62, and my doctor got mad and said I need to figure out a way to offlet stress between health concerns and world news, family. Yeah, and like I said the other day when I was live, the impending change in, control of the White House it's a stressful time for some of us. And if you're not good, if you're not worried about it, good. I am, and I'm just saying that. I'm apprehensive, and I'm kind of ready for it to come and go. And then we had those bombings and stuff. When we had the Trump Tower in Vegas, the truck blew up. Both of those guys, and then the guy in New Orleans, and both of those guys were military. And I've heard that this is how, I just watched a video about how these Al Qaeda does these random, you do enough of that, it's very terrorizing. And, hopefully none of that's going to happen in Washington. I know they've got security there, already got it out and everything. They have boundaries for each thing. And so, the White House and the Capitol and everything will be walled off way more than it used to be. I've been to DC and walked around, and we did not get to go visit the White House because we missed our the roads iced over and we missed our appointment. But we went to all the monuments out there and everything, and you could walk freely. And the White House, there was a fence around it, but it was like a fence in your front yard. It wasn't any big deal. And that was, it's a long time ago, maybe the 80s, early 80s. Navigator says she stopped watching the news. Yeah, I haven't been watching the news either. And actually, since the election, I have watched very little. Sleeper cells. And a lot of these are military, these guys are trained. They're able to do what they do. And I don't know if it's MK Ultra or some other form. Something's going on. And that kind of thing is really difficult to stop. The thing in New Orleans, they were replacing the barriers. And so they didn't have the right barriers up. I mean, barriers, you're putting new barriers in for a reason, and you put the old ones in for a reason, and then you just don't bother to put up like like the real concrete, drag them in there and set them up. I mean, it was weird. It's like, and how did this guy? I mean, I know he went ahead of time and was riding around on the street with those glasses that were recording everything. But how did he know that those weren't going to be up when he went? I don't know. It's like you can't protect everything. Debbie says, yes, each side of the aisle needs to acknowledge that the other side is stressed. I'm very much relieved come 120, but I understand how. Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, hey, Ginger, yeah, MK Ultra. I mean, whoa. There's something. There's something. And just a few weeks ago, we're talking about everybody's freaking out about drones. And now, there's just a lot. Well, I guess the point is there's just a lot of stressful things. And the holidays are stressful for people. And then you add on top of that, whatever you've got going on. I lost a friend to murder this week. This week. You know, lost pets, and we all have our stuff, our own issues, and then and whatever your stressors are. Like the holidays are stressful for me, and I don't leave my house. It's just like weird, but it's always been that way. Sad Guru is a guy that will get away your stress fast. Is he on? What does he do, Mark? Hey, River Rat, how you swimming, girl? We're just well, we were talking about choose your battles, which is what I titled this thing. But I guess my thing is like when like with the guy tearing up my yard and stuff, it's just not enough for me to put in the energy to fight him over that. So, it's just I'm not gonna, I've got family stuff that would take wouldn't just take my effort, it would take all of theirs too. And so I'm like, no, I can't do, I gave up on that. I'm not doing that any, yeah, Navigator. Yeah. And I lost my sweet dog, late in September. But so, I mean, I can't get my friend out of my mind. She just keeps popping in my face. But anyway, um, hey, Willow Blossom, good to see you. Let me see. What is Project Bluebird? With wisdom comes age and experience. Well, isn't it the other way around? Yeah, wisdom comes with that. Yeah, you're right. I read it wrong. River rats swimming around. Is it cold where you are, River? It's 34 here right now. And very cold wind. But yeah, so, if you have a choice, it's like I am my biggest enemy, basically. Like I'm not good at doing my laundry and putting it all away, and it may sit there for days. And every time I see it, I'm like, you need to put that up. Why do you do that? Stuff like that. Quit. I don't have to get on to myself. I live alone. I can do, and that's just a little, but I just constantly have to get on to myself for not being who I think I should be or doing what I think I should do. It's like, so I try to just go, look, does that really matter? That 5-year rule. Does this really matter in 5 years? If I pick this or this, does it really matter in 5 years? Wind chill of 16. Wow, River Rat. I'm sorry about that. Project Bluebird was the precursor to MK Ultra. Okay, I guess I need to read up on that stuff. Read the book titled Make Your Bed. Okay, I'll write that down over here. Make your bed. yeah, so what do y'all think? What do you think about what I'm saying? Have you ever had to like just pick the lesser of two evils kind of thing as far as, well, I mean, I'm just not gonna do it. Y'all want to see my baby? I think she's asleep. Make your bed. It's short but good. What's with tools? Mark's made a smiley with tools. What is that? What are you talking about? Take one day at a time. Yeah, Betty. And I know when I was in a 12-step program in the 90s, um, we were taught, one thing at a time, one moment, whatever however small you need to break that down in, because sometimes one day could be too much. So yeah, I mean, I just try not to, I just try to be nicer to myself. Make a bed with tools. Yeah, there you go, Mark. Can you make a bed? I don't always make my bed either. What's up with that? Who makes their bed every day? Anybody? Did y'all see where they found Remy Pearl? Remy Pearl was missing. I think they found her. Did y'all see that? Nobody. Well, I guess I'm running out of things to say. Nice only gets you used and disrespected. Just be a good person because it's nice is overrated. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think River Rat. Be a good person because nice is overrated. Yeah, I think just take care of yourself, and don't get into stuff that doesn't matter. I guess I'm thinking like as far as YouTube, if somebody started going at me, um, I don't think now that I would react to that. I would just be like, okay, whatever. But 2 years ago, yeah, I did, and it was ugly. The monkey, yeah, you have to maintain a balance. The monkey called Remy. No, but on my community tab, there is a monkey they found, a little monkey just like her. I don't, Willow Blossom, people were saying that, and he hasn't gone live with it lately. I think I saw it maybe a week ago, but he keeps saying she's asleep. Yeah, be kind, but don't be a fucking doormat, right? Right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not sure about, I don't know if Remy Pearl's missing, but when he first got her, he was going live with her, and then like he renamed one of his channels to her Remy Pearl or something. And then um excuse me. And then be nice to people that deserve it. And then he would go live with his true crime stuff, and he would have her giving her a bottle and everything. And now I've I don't watch him very often, but I've just heard that he's saying she's gone. I bought some crazy stuff in my life. A monkey was never one of those things. Yeah, Navigator, me too. I heard people say they haven't seen Remy. Oh no. Yeah, that's what I was hearing. Like I was hearing people say they hadn't seen Remy. And so let me see if I can get. Yeah, so I guess my whole thing, I mean, I guess we can keep going, or my thing was just that, just choose your battles, be who you are, be okay with being, what you uh what makes you thrive, what makes you happy and brings you peace, because that's my I'm striving just to have peace in my life, and that's not a new year thing. It's just a thing, it's just, so what if I don't go anywhere for New Year's Eve, or so what if I don't go anywhere for Christmas, or so what if I do something this way and somebody else does it this way, or so what if you make fun of me, or you know what does it change, now kindness can change my mood, you know uh kindness can really change my mood. Oh, and speaking of, I don't know if any of y'all struggle with like ADHD symptoms, but I kind of think I might have ADHD. And I went and tried this stuff called Thesis, and so I really like it. It's not it's not medication. It's more like vitamins, nootropic stuff. And anyway, there's a 20% go into my about description in this, and it's in there. And there's like a 20% off your first order if you use the code, which the code goes to another business that I kind of had, uh, that was more about wellness and stuff. But anyway, I'm just throwing it out there because I really like this stuff, and it's really helped me get a little bit more focused. And they have little tests you can take, and then you take this little test, and they tell you which of the different ones fit you best, and then you try those, and then you move on. So anyway, just saying, it's in there. I have kids, so I don't think I could take on a monkey. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like a monkey, is it more work than a puppy? Because like I don't want a puppy. My newest dog is like 3 years old, and she's young enough because puppies are like 24/7. Well, last puppy I had, well, that was my Shelby, I guess. But I remember when my little beagle was a puppy that I had, and she would just, it was like they run and just like Brittany, nod off just like Brittany. Brittany, just kidding. It's just a joke. But they do. They just go, 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 and then they'll just stop and fall out. Just fall out. But that's not how she is. She's sweet. She's in there. I wish she would come in here. Those things get big and start throwing poop and trying to rip faces off. Hard pass for me. I don't think Justin is built for that life. I certainly am not. Yeah, I think it gets like up to 2 feet tall or something. And yeah, it was already like, she was already like pulling, that's one thing. Your little baby would do that. Oh, and another thing is Gypsy Rose. She didn't even have a baby. She didn't have a baby. It's one of those, somebody made the video. I knew they would. There's these babies that look real and cry and move and everything. They're not cheap, but I think that's what it is. I hope that's what it is, because really and truly, y'all, she don't need a baby. She doesn't. Remy left the house at night with no shoes like Sebastian. Right. Right. Just be you, make no excuses for who you are. Exactly. Willow Blossom. I'll stick with my Monkeys album from years ago. Yeah. Hey, hey, we're the Monkeys. Oh, I feel like menopause is like ADD on steroids. Oh my gosh, Willow Blossom, we should chat. I lived through it, and it's so fun. But no, when you're in it, Ugh. I love gorillas, but I sure don't want one. No, I don't want anything that's gonna throw poop at me. I mean, my dog, my new dog Champ, poop. She might poop in the house, or she might pee in the house, because she just is that way, right? We might go out 100 times a day, and she still might do it. But she's not throwing it at me or coming up with a handful, putting it in my face. No, they got hands. They don't have thumbs, but they got the hands. No. No poop flinging, Willow Blossom. Nope. No poop flinging. All right. When the shit hits the fan comes to mind. Yes. Yeah, because now it's those Roomba vacuum cleaners that you got, like with the dog. I don't think I'm ever going to get one because you just never know when one might go poop, right? And that stuff would get flung all over the place. So I just don't see, unless you could, well, I mean, I got gated rooms. I could, I could shut doors and gates and stuff. But a monkey, mm-mm. And I heard that monkey poop smells bad. Plant of the earth is enough for me when I need my monkey fix. My monkey's fixed. Me either, Willow. Nope. Wearing a poncho around the house like you're Gallagher. Do you have to do that? All primates need to be handled with care because they will rip your face off. They do that in the wild to other primates they see as competitors. That's why a lot of states don't allow primates as pets, right? I guess this state does, but I would be concerned about medical care, monkey care, because not every town's going to have I don't know where he lives. I don't even know what state he's in, but here in my state, we wouldn't probably have a monkey vet unless you went up to the zoo in Little Rock, but their monkey vet might not want to be my monkey's vet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. A lot of people have negatives to say about him having the monkey. I don't, I know the monkey gets well cared for, but it could be that something happened and he had to get rid of her. I don't know. I wanted to ask in his chat yesterday. I went in there and I was going to ask, and then I was like, people are going to think I'm being mean, and I'm not. But you know how these chats are. I'm scared to go on. I'm not scared. I just know that if I say anything in a chat and anything is said, and then I get accused of calling somebody a name, like I didn't do that. I don't. Do y'all see me in chats? You ever see me say mean stuff in chats? I'm never in chats. I go in Broken's chat, Toxicity's chat. That's it. No monkey business for me. I love animals, but I feel those monkeys need to be with their monkeys, other monkeys, with experts in natural habitat. They become aggressive when they hit puberty. I've heard that, like Michael Jackson had that monkey and then it got mean. Was that the same kind? Yeah, I got worm. I'm getting ready to feed. As soon as it snows, Mark, I'm going to be out there feeding cardinals. I'm going to be feeding cardinals red worms. They're going to love me. The birds are going to love me. Sure am. I'll be feeding them. I got so many worms here. I'd be concerned about all of it, to be honest. They become little, like, violent, angsty teens. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Because he said they might get another one. No, I wouldn't do it. He doesn't look tough enough for that level of monkey business. I know. Fake monkey. I think I saw an electric cord going out its back. No, that was his tail, her tail. Oh, you do? You get yelled at in chat? No, it's not really the chat. So, well, I guess it is. I just never do it. It's what you hear, the next day from somebody who's mad about you being in there. You've seen what Barb said. The stupid Barb said. Bird will love you for sure. I know. It does sound terrible. Can you imagine? You come in my chats, but Broken, Toxicity, and I have calm, respectful chats. Yeah, I know. I mean, you guys, we're friends, but I'm not friends with these creators that are bickering. I'm just not. I'm not really. You guys in here pretty much make up my YouTube friends. Imagine taking the teen monkey's phone away for flipping poo. Can you imagine, Ginger? I watch this little family. They're on YouTube. Jack of the South. Have y'all ever seen that little boy? Well, their grandmother got them these. I think they're like play cell phones, but they light up. I mean, the little girl had one in bed, and her mama was like, "No, you can't have that. That's a cell phone. You can't have that in bed. Should we spank grandma for getting it for you?" Someone tried to check me in a chat recently, and I ignored the person. Yeah, I actually had blocked a bunch of people back, when a certain creator and I had a few words. And so the flying monkeys came at me, and I was like, bloop, 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 bloop. And so, they're all gone. And we can't see each other in chats for the most part. So, but I don't know. I just think that if you don't choose your battles, like getting a monkey, whatever hole you needed to fill with, because I had a hole I needed to fill when Rosie crossed the Rainbow Bridge, right? I still had Rusty. I love Rusty to death. Rusty's still here with me, but there was a place that Rosie filled that I needed to fill, and I needed Champ, and I still miss her, Not you, Betty. I forgot what I was saying really about all that. The truth tends to piss some people off. And what do y'all think is going to happen with that injunction? Anybody have thoughts? Do you think it's going to just get like it never happened, or is it going to keep dragging on? I saw that, and I talked to someone to nip it in the bud. Oh, good. Yeah, I lost my Rosie, so I'm really missing her. But there's something about like you can't replace. It's like losing a person. You can't replace a person. You can't replace a dog, but you can fill that hole, a little bit of that hole, the snuggly hole. Aw, Ginger, I appreciate you. Betty Dan Boop said. Y'all, are there anything in the news that's interesting to y'all right now? I do want to know what happened to that 17-year-old girl from Henderson near Vegas. She wandered out of her parents' home angry and said, "You'll never have to worry about me again." I guess they weren't letting her do something, and that came out with, "Oh, she's a straight A student." And I'm thinking, that doesn't mean she's not in trouble. You know what I mean? And then they found her deceased. I think in the desert, though. I mean, you could very easily pass in the desert, or maybe she took her own life. I'm not sure what happened yet. Have y'all watched any of that? You think the injunction will go nowhere? I think that's what I think. I think that once, I don't know what has to happen for it to get to a judge, and it's just going to be like, because I didn't really understand what, like, I don't understand what Brittany's beefs with Granny have to do with Sebastian and the Rico stuff, which is like an organization. I don't see what that has to do with like the part with Brittany. I guess mostly that's what I paid attention to. I don't understand why that's even in there. But I don't know anything about it because I mean I don't know how to write an injunction, and I don't know. You don't understand why either. Yeah, Ginger. I mean, I'm not an attorney. I've never played one on TV. I didn't even go to school to be one. I just got a BS degree, a bullshit degree. Yeah, it makes them look more Rico than the defendants. Yeah, it does, kind of. I mean, I just don't see what all that has to do with each other. But again, I mean, I basically haven't read it myself. I listened to the ease, go through it that first day, I think, and I heard them read, I think, Grannies or maybe Barbecue Ladies. I don't know. It has nothing to do with it. There were all ulterior motives at play. Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think they messed up. I think whoever put all that together is just I think these people are just weird and doing weird stuff and just wanted to be somebody they're not and cause a ruckus. And, Betty's involved and she likes to sit and talk about people being, in trouble with the law when she's out on bond herself. Well, people like us don't think like them. Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't even think legally. I'm not saying that what Brittany said was wrong or right. I'm not getting in between. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, as far as that being part of this injunction to make them stop talking about Seth, isn't that what it was about? I don't even think they were making them stop talking about Sebastian. I think I don't even know. Ulterior motives. I don't think money's going to ever change hands. I think it's going to end without either side winning, and the only people making money on the deal are the attorneys, the ones that went to law school, the ones who passed the bar. The judge is going to get paid whether they're there or not because they've got plenty of cases. But yeah, but all the law clerks and all that, they're going to get paid anyway. It's gross. Willow says it's gross. Mark agrees. Disgusting. I think it has a lot to do with the parents too. The other parents, I mean, the mother and the stepfather, because I know they've got those restraining orders on. Like, who is going to F around with a family member to the point of getting a restraining order when you don't know if they did anything or not? And you're accusing these people of being murderers. What is it with these YouTubers that think that sitting online talking about this constantly and going over these videos constantly and saying, one day they're saying that this happened, and then the next day they're all, oh no, this is what happened. And then that one guy, he's got a dollar bill with something in it and a straw. And he's so dumb it gets on camera, and then he tries to say, yeah, I left that on there, and it took y'all a whole day to find it. It took y'all a whole day to find that. You were doing drugs. You were out in the woods searching for a 15-year-old, 16-year-old now child with autism and other medical conditions. And you're out there with your straw and dollar bill. And people watch your channel and give you no. And then you do a drug screen on camera? So what? I don't even understand. I wish parents in this position would stop messing with YouTube creators. Nothing good ever happens from it, but I also understand it comes from a place of desperation. You know what? I mentioned the other day too about, I think I did, this couple. Okay, there's a family. There's a 14-year-old daughter had been groomed by this man and had been caught and had been charged with 6 things against this girl and a bunch of other stuff that they found on his computer, like 34 charges. And he's out on bond. A bond daddy got him, bondsman got him out, right? And parents wake up and daughter's not there or whatever. They realize their daughter's not home. Dad jumps in the truck. He's former military. He finds them This man's out, y'all. This man is going to go to prison, right, for what he did to this girl. And he is and he has got this girl again. Can't blame the kid because she's a kid. And he is with her. And daddy kills him. And he's up on second-degree murder charges. His trial is, I think, in March. It's real life stuff. But anyway, the point of me saying that was I honestly was gonna the wife of this man that killed this man had their daughter. She posts this long thing on Facebook. I found it, I found her, and because they were trying to they had a GoFundMe, and of course you can't raise money on GoFundMe for a criminal case. So they've raised a lot of money, like 96,000 last I heard. But I wanted to reach out to that woman and say, look, there's going to be somebody, these YouTubers or TikTokers or somebody. But then I was like, well, I mean, I'm not they've got attorneys, so I don't know, but I didn't. Betty got Sebastian name tattooed on her after his mother got an RO on her. Total whack job. Yeah, I mean, why would you get some kid's name tattooed on you? When people make assumptions about all the parents, yes. Sticky Betty or Sicko Betty. Willow Blossom, I'm pretty sure I'd be in jail right now if I was your mom. Yeah, if you were the mom, that your child, I mean, man, I wouldn't want anybody with my child's name. What? That dude was busted, then make up lies. Please, dude, you were caught from your own filming. It's one thing for a parent. Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, which one was he? I forget all the names of these characters because I don't really know them. It's one thing for a parent to go to a reputable big media outlet to bring awareness to the case, but only state facts, no finger pointing. Yeah, I don't, I can't do that kind of thing. Like I can say, like, I've made videos about people and I've shown stuff, but if I can't prove what I'm saying, or like I just can't talk about somebody. Like, you're missing a child? Can you imagine you're missing your child and somebody's talking about you like that on the internet? You have a Natasha tattoo? Oh my gosh. Did you get it? Where did you get it? I'm not even. Wade Wilson. Wade Wilson made money, I thought. Mark, don't judge me. Wade Wilson looks like some weird Tim Burton character. Yeah, I don't even watch him. I don't watch any of that stuff about him. Because I mean, I don't facial tattoos. I mean, I like Jelly Roll. I like to hear him sing, but I don't like to look at his face tattoos. Well, guys, I guess that's all the rambling I have today. I just hope that someday maybe some people will get a hint that what they're doing is unhealthy. And I wish that maybe YouTube or somebody somewhere, because I heard TikTok's even worse, and TikTok's not going to go away. They'll sell it to, somebody was saying Facebook. Well, Facebook's owned by Meta, and I don't know if anybody's going to let TikTok go to, that would be such a big monopoly. Thanks, Betty Damboot. I don't think that, Ginger says, I went through it when my daughter was missing and I used social media to find her. Well, tell me more about that. I don't know about that before we go, because already kind of people are saying bye. Don't leave yet. Please don't leave yet. Tell me about that. I didn't know about that. How long was she gone? And I know, how terrifying. I would have done the same thing, Ginger. Oh, I would do whatever, but I mean, in this case of this, they've got their daughter, and the man who did it is gone, And now the dad's got to defend himself against murder because I don't know what happened out there when he found him. Uh, I don't know if he had to take his life or if he just said, "You're not going to get with my daughter again." Boom. That's what I would have done. Oh, thanks, y'all, for the compliments. Well, Ginger, let's talk about that sometime if you feel like it, and we'll chat about it either privately or we'll talk about it. I'd love to hear. I mean, I guess it had a good ending. Oh my god. But yeah, thanks for coming in, y'all. It's good to see y'all and talk and chat. Oh wait, my daughter was lured away from home, drugged in traffic for 3. Oh my gosh, Ginger, I would have done anything I could to find her. Right? Social media. If I had to get naked and run down the street, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you're going to do whatever to find your child. I see that. I'm so sorry that happened. I'm so sorry. But anyway, guys, again, thanks for being here. Thanks for chatting and having some feedback with me. And I'll see y'all soon. Bye. Yeah, she's a strong one.